Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with the 5000 series roundup. We're on the final card now, which is the 5970. In case you haven't watched the whole series, I'll go through the system specs again and go through all the details. Basically, at the bottom we've got a Rampage 2 Extreme from Asus. In that there is a i7-965 for the 150 base clock at 3.6 GHz. 6 GB of OCZ blade RAM running 1800 MHz, an Asus sonar, an OCZ gold 1000 watt power supply, and a Samsung Pinpoint F1 1TB. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play Shift and Crysis Warhead, just to give you a rough taster of the frames per second, see what the cars are capable of. And what we're going to do is we're going to run Shift absolute maximum and Crysis Warhead, as I have done with all the other cards, so you can really work out the difference. And what we're going to do is run the texture settings at Gamer and then no AA at all. Now obviously you're going to be able to change things to customise it for yourself, but I've done it throughout from the 5770 right the way up to this one. We've done it on all the same settings so that you can see the difference in the frames per second. And do you know what I mean? If you want to add more AA on or less texture, it's completely up to you, but this is just, you know, just a guide. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get on to the first bit of Shift. We're going to run the same level that we have done with all the other ones, and then at the end of that we will go straight into some Crysis and then have a bit of a roundup at the end. Now I will post benches and stuff underneath the bottoms of the screen, and you will be able to see the full review at overclock3d.net, and I will do a page of bench results at the end of the video as well. So I'm going to shush my mouth and I'm going to get on and show you what this plays like. Now the only other thing that I have forgotten to say is what you need to do is watch up in this top right hand corner, because that's where the fraps counter is going to be. There you go, you can see it's flickering around 80 a second now already. So yeah, you're looking at, that's 90 frames a second there. I've not seen it go below 80. If I drive like a nutter, no, still couldn't get it to go below 80. So as you can see there, it's eating Shift Alive, no problems there whatsoever. It's at maximum resolution, it's running at 1920 by 1080. So you can't turn any of the details or anything up anymore, and it still wasn't going below 80 frames a second, which for a £500 card, do you know what I mean, it's what we want really. Now I'm going to move up straight on to Crysis Warhead. Now with Crysis Warhead, like I said before, we're running it with no AA and at gamer texture settings. So obviously you've got some room to move there, but I'll quickly move on to Crysis. So yeah, stay tuned. Right, here we are, right at the beginning of Crysis again. Now I'm staying in the trees because obviously with all the shadows and everything like that should really stress the cards.
Trucks are pulling up onto the beach. Coming in for the boathouse. Watch for shrapnel.
Bloody phone. Anyways, one thing I wanted to look at there quickly was just to have a look at the temperatures. And running it on auto, which is what we were running it at then, it hit a maximum of 75 degrees. But if you run it at 50 degrees, which is what I run all the rest of the benches on, so 50%, it doesn't touch 70 at all. It gets to about 66. So it's still a relatively cool card. Obviously it's not the coolest in the world, but do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not a big steam train like some people made it out to be. As you can see there, Crysis Warhead at those settings, it wasn't having any problems whatsoever. It wasn't running away with it. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't hitting the hundreds or anything like that like it would do with some games, because it's still quite a demanding game, but there's still definitely an area there for you to be able to turn the AA up a bit more. Now the idea of these reviews were just as like a reference point for you all, just so you can see the frames per second in those two games, and obviously you know the settings so you can work out whether, you know what I mean, you can add more, which cards that you want. You can go through the whole lot of them and make your own decisions. So yeah, if you want to see the full review with all the games and all the benchmarks, then go to overclock3d.net. I will post a link in whatever side it works out to be at directly into the review. But if you all leave me nice comments and ratings and ask me nicely enough, I will do an Eyefinity video while I've still got the cards. And what we'll do is we'll try Eyefinity on the 5970 and a pair of 5870s. But for now, at least we've got there and we've done it now. This kind of area of the YouTube videos is still a work in progress. While I work out how's best to get the information across to you. But for now, at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan with the end of the 5000 series videos out.